morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is. Thought I'd put together a little presentation for you on how to create this little dynamic looking background using Photoshop and or GIMP. It's a really easy process. Um, some may know how to do it, some don't, but most of my experience, a lot of people don't know how to do something this simple. It's really very easy. If we can, let's just go ahead and start off with a blank slate. You can do just a simple color. Um, Clear that. Um, what you want to do is right here in the main, the two color box, the foreground, background color, you can choose any color you want. I'm going to go ahead and start off with just plain white. Um, Actually, let me set that to a normal. This is your color modes up here on top. You always want to set that to normal when you start. So now that you have your two colors, let's just do red and white. Right here in the paint bucket, you click and hold it down. You would need to choose a gradient tool. With the gradient tool, you see you got the different types of gradients you can use. For all intents and purposes right now, let's just go with standard foreground to background. You can do foreground to transparent, grayscale. You can mix it up a little bit. Now what you want to do is you want to have your color mode set to difference. And all you got to do is drag it across. And you see how the color changes from a positive to a negative. Now all you got to do is just go ahead and click and drag anywhere on the screen again. It reverts. Every time you click and drag, it's going to change it to indifferent. Now here's the kicker though. Once you do that, any direction you move this, it will change its pattern. Just the only thing is it's gonna flip to a negative every other time. So you kind of want to pattern it the best way you can. Now I do this simply by dragging the cursor right across as far as I can, and it gives it a longer, broader gradient. But if you just do a subtle or a quick drag, maybe about a quarter of an inch, you see how you get a very distinct line, which you can drag a line all the way down and kind of create patterns. You see, this is just dragging it straight down intermittently to get that. Now, if you go diagonally, see how you do that? Or you can go in a circle pattern, and then you start to get that little almost like spider web slash cross-hatching effect. Now you see how you get that nice dynamic pattern. It almost looks like a vortex of lightning and plasma. It's pretty neat. Now usually what I do is I'll go and I'll blur that a little bit. Go filter, blur, simple Gaussian blur, just to kind of take away a lot of the sharpness. Not too much. I kind of like the sharpness a little bit. So there you got a nice little dynamic color. Now to change the mood a little bit, let's go and dump a little bit of purple in there. And same thing. You see how you're getting 3 colors now, 4 colors. It's almost getting a little trippy and psychedelic, isn't it? And that's kind of what you want. Now, it is possible to overwork it, so I would recommend, try not to do too much. But again, it is a pretty neat thing to do, and you can do it as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. Again, just to go back over, let's start off just blank slate. Let's do all white. My selection, I got select all right now. So I'm just going to go back to my paint bucket. Actually, I'm selecting it all. I want to make sure to shift my background color to white. Just hit delete and it'll clear out the canvas. So again, let's make sure we have gradient tool selected and then just drag it across. You see, you get that nice little design. Now what you can also do is you can choose these different type of gradients right here. This is a radial gradient. You see it'll do little radial patterns within it. So you can create little dots, bulbs. Here, this is nice little, gets that nice little sharp contrast line. And let's work on just the straight. I forgot what you call this. got those nice patterns. And there's you got a nice little satin look. So that's how you create a nice little cool satin type pattern. Again, it's always going to invert to the opposite color every other stroke. So keep that in mind and just save it however you need it. This will work the same way in GIMP as well. Thank you. I hope you have a very good day.